it's Amanda and I'm coming to you with day 4 of 30 Inks 30 Days. Here is our combination from yesterday. As you can see, it dried and you can see the shimmer. It's like the ink has sheen, but in the sheen is also shimmer. So it's like real subtle in the writing a little bit. Let's see it on the Cosmo Airlight paper though. Yeah, it's mostly sheen to me. There's a few spots where you can see some of the shimmer, but like in the M of made, I don't know if you can tell. But it's like sheen, and then in the sheen is shimmer. But it looks like that even in the splats too. So cool. Alright, well, let's move on to our next day. Today we're going to use an ink that I've had a sample of for a pretty long time, and I don't know, I just thought it'd be interesting. You can tell it's old because I used to do these rings, like pre-YouTube. I think in the very beginning I did it on YouTube, but then I kept forgetting to do the sticker, so I just stopped. But yeah, it's a Diamine Rockin Rio. I've had this like forever. Here's the ink, and today we're going to use another TWSBI GO. We have used all of my TWSBI GOs. I'm going to use the black one. This one has a broad nib, and I was going to switch out one of the nibs on these for a stub nib, and I just haven't gotten around to it. So I think when I clean, I still haven't cleaned day 2's pen out, so when I clean day 2's pen out, I might switch either this one or this one for a stub, instead of having like 2 broad nibs. So yeah, so I'm using, I don't know if I mentioned this in the last video when I used it, I'm using a little ink miser, and it like helps you fill your pen with ink when you don't have a whole lot to do. So I'm just gonna save this. I'm gonna wipe off my nib here. Okay. Wipe off my nib here and put my pen back together, and then I will, oh shoot, I forgot the syringe for splats. Okay, so I'm gonna, put what little we have left back into the vial, and then I'll have that for splattage. Okay, so flip our page, and I'm going to set this off to the side so I don't splat it later. This is a pretty like dark orange color. April. And the ink, is that how I do it? The ink? Yes. Part of the reason I want to do a shimmery month is because I have all these Diamine Shimmertastic samples, so I figured that would help me use some of them. Diamine Shimmertastic Rockin Rio. And the pen is a TWSBI GO. Oops, TWSBI GO. I think it's a smoke finish. This is a broad nib. You can see here, that's what it looks like in the pen. Pretty. This color's really pretty. Okay, so we'll spot what we have in the syringe right now. Oops. And then I'll set it off to the side. And we will finish our stuff. Okay, so resituate again. I'm zoomed in a little far. I would like to try some shimmer inks and some fine pens too, some fine nib pens. So I have a couple that we'll do. I usually use, people were asking in the comments for tips. Yeah, so one of the tips that I have is that I usually use a TWSBI for my shimmer inks. Not because they're like any special pen, not that they're any better than any other pen. They're just easy to take apart and clean. So if you get like shimmer stuck in here, you can take it apart and clean it out. I also have a soft bristle toothbrush because you can see in the fins here, you'll get, especially that, oops, sorry, I just hit the stand. Especially in that channel where the fins are, like shimmer gets stuck there. It's not there right now, but I guarantee you there will be some there later. And I take a soft bristle toothbrush, and when I pull, like if I only pull my TWSBIs apart if I've got shimmer stuck in them, like usually, or the piston starts being really like the piston starts sticking. Otherwise, I don't take them apart. You don't have to take them apart every single time you clean them. I mean, you can if you want to with your pen, but they don't really need to be taken apart that often. So I only take them apart if I need to do deep cleaning, which is when I use shimmer inks. Although I don't mind if I get residual sparkle in the next ink, especially if it's like a sample, like who cares? Yeah, so I typically use like medium and broad nibs and sometimes a stub nib with shimmer inks just because it pulls out the character a little more. But shimmer inks look awesome in a fine nib as well. So I do want to be able to showcase that off. I don't know that I'll go to like a true extra fine. I do have an extra fine pen that I would be willing to put a shimmer ink in. But the extra fine, it doesn't really write like an extra fine. So yeah, so I don't know if that counts, but yeah. So, and I don't have an ultrasonic cleaner. That is a thing that maybe I would look into getting one day. I just haven't done it yet. I don't usually have a ton of pens inked up at the same time with a million shimmers. I have like a couple that are, well, I have like one that is a permanent fixture, so that I don't even worry about it. Okay, I only picked I only picked 3 facts again, but I also chose some birthdays. So I think there's like a hair or something there. Sorry, I keep knocking the camera. This is a sad one. Another fun fact. I'm looking at how to spell this. this is all the more reason to never go to Sri Lanka. Poecilotheria rajai, a giant tarantula with a 20 centimeter leg span. That's like 8 inches, I think, if I remember correctly, because 10 centimeters is 4 inches, right? I think I'm doing knitter math right now. Is discovered in Sri Lanka. Yikes. No thanks. No thanks. Okay, I picked some birthdays again. Because it's kind of relevant to me. I mean, it's not really me, but today is Muddy Water's birthday. And Maya Angelou's birthday. Oops. I was going to write Maya Angelou's birthday. Nerd. Robert Downey Jr.'s birthday. Oh, I was going to write Robert Downey Jr.'s birthday. Heath Ledger. I think the only person on this list, on this current list, that's still alive is Robert Downey Jr. And this is a sad birthday list. But also, it is my sister's birthday. And my sister. Happy birthday. She is having a big weekend/week, so very exciting things happening for her. So happy birthday to my sister, who sometimes watches these videos and sometimes does not. So I'm hoping, I mean, it looks like I will have enough ink. This paper really soaked it up. But you can see the difference in how broad that nib is. Oops, how broad that nib is on this Maramon paper, and how broad it is. Let me zoom back out. How broad it is on this Cosmo Air Light. I'm just looking at it. I think that this paper really shows off. It shows off the characteristics of the ink real nicely. But I still don't like how broad it ends up looking. I don't know. It just looks like it's look at the difference. Oh. We do have to do some splats on this paper though. Cannot forget the splats. It's like a staple around here. It's not a 30 inks if I'm not splatting or blooping or something all over the place, right? Okay, so I'm gonna there. So we'll see what that looks like dry tomorrow, because it's probably not going to be dry by the time I'm done here. But so Rockin Rio, this really pretty reddish orange with some gold shimmer. I have had a lot of, I think the shimmers have all been gold. Well, that's blue, but all my shimmers have been kind of gold. So I'm gonna need to get some silver shimmer in here. That's actually my preference. I don't know, I'm grabbing all the ones that have gold. I mean, this is a pink gold, so that kind of doesn't count. But, yeah. Very shimmery. Actually, I really want to do shiny black. I have some training coming up next week that I have to do, so, well, this week, I guess, because it's Sunday. Or I guess technically next week if you start your week on Monday. I'm doing some training, training people Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I'm going to need a business appropriate ink in case I need to write something down. So maybe we'll see some shiny black next week. So there we go. Day 4 of 30 Inks, 30 Days in the books. I hope that you are having a lovely time. And it's been really great. This is super fun. So I'm not regretting my decision just yet, but I'm also kind of I'm seeing all the inks that other people are playing with, and I could have been playing with that ink. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm committed to doing this though. June's going to be fun because June will be Pen Friend Appreciation Month, so I'll get to play with all the inks that you guys have sent me so far. And then I don't know what I'm going to do for September. I haven't decided. I might just do random samples of like stuff. I might throw the stuff in a bucket that I want to play with and do that. And then November, last year I did ink flight samples for November. I don't know if I'll do that again this year. I don't know. I don't have to plan my whole 30 inks 30 days out in April. Like, that's ridiculous. Anyway, I'm rambling now, so I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Take care. Love you. Bye.